So first off, this is a Hackeysack video, and if you didn't come here to listen to me talk, and you came here for the action, skip to about 5 or 7 minutes. Now, I'm doing this ahead of time, so I haven't really mapped everything out. But I wanted to talk about some things while I was here, and let's start with this. All right. This is out in the middle of pretty much nowhere. I'm on railroad property, but there's an old like metal recycling plant about a mile and a half that way. Instead of going and trying to sell this stuff to somebody that could use it for, I don't know, it's got to be worth probably 10 grand at least, I would imagine. There's fire brick in there, which is expensive. There's whatever half this other stuff is, but it'd make for great building material. Instead of, finding some contractor or finding somebody that would, maybe buy it $100 a pallet, they take it out here with some sort of backhoe forklift, I don't really know, and just destroy it. And then they're going to go, and I guess they're going to throw it all into this dumpster now. This wasn't here before. I mean, I could build one heck of a foundry with this stuff, or build a deck, or a permanent walkway in my backyard, or a wall for where the grass is headed out to the alley. But I mean, the point is, there's got to be 10 grand worth of material here. It was thrown out here. It's gonna go to waste. And they could have made money instead of, I'm sure this cost them. And they could have ended up making money. It is very upsetting to me. Sorry, I'm getting all sweaty. It's a little bit earlier in the day, so, heat and stuff. But, so, like I said, I want to try to keep this relatively short. This is a Hackeysack video. If I could find a good, fairly open spot, I have 3 Hackeyssacks. One was a gift. It's not very good, but I kept it because it's a gift. I got another one that's at home, that's camo, so I don't really use it out in the middle of the woods because it increases the likelihood of me losing it. And then I got my best one, which is the one I'm going to use for the video, obviously. And it's no longer bright colors, but it was. Now it's all dirty, and it is probably the best one, so I want to try not to lose it, so I want to find an open enough area and try not to get too crazy with it. Any of you guys expecting some BS, fake, video edited, dude perfect, or like a boss video, you came to the wrong place. I'm a normal human being. I don't I don't practice the same maneuver, 1,000 times a day, or use clever video editing to make myself look cool. And I don't know any super fancy tricks. Any reason that I ever say that I might be top 10 in the area is because, one, there's probably only maybe 100 people in the state that probably still play, especially as much as I do. 2, I've played for a very long time. And 3, my skill is primarily muscle memory. My skill comes from playing for a really long time. It's a lot of dumb luck, and it's a lot of, having a fairly impressive reaction time. That I'll pat myself on the back for. I don't think I'm great at pretty much anything, but I think I have a pretty impressive reaction time. So that's where a lot of my skill comes from. Years upon years upon years of practice, fantastic reaction time, and dumb luck. I don't stall. I don't do anything like the jester or the popcorn or any of that crap. I'm about efficiency and being, good at what I do. I'm not really a sideshow carnival guy. I play because I like to play. I don't play because, I want people to be like, ooh and ah, Not that there was a couple people that were like, oh, well, look at that guy, he's really good. but I don't usually play in front of people because I'm shy, in a sense. Like, I play in the park sometimes. Like, if I'm surrounded by a bunch of people I don't know, it's not as bad as being surrounded by a bunch of people I do know, if that makes sense. I guess it boils down to if I care at all what somebody thinks. But anyways, Hackeysack video, and as soon as I find a good spot, we'll get started. Well, not my best work ever, but it's not my ideal spot. I have an ideal spot in the backyard. I just don't like the videotape there. I actually don't even play there that much. Like I said, I don't like people watching me. It freaks me out a little bit. But if it wasn't for the rocks and the mud, I think I did all right. Still kind of knocking the rust off a little bit, cleaning out the cobwebs, sharpening the knife. I'm gonna see if I can find another spot, get a couple more clips. I'll probably cut that down a little bit, just a few pretty lame moments. I don't mind showing a mistake or two, but there are times that, I don't know, until I get my groove on, until I get into that mindset, it takes me a little, holy shit. It's a porcupine. Don't worry, buddy. Just gonna sneak right past you. Don't need to do anything too hasty, because I will eat you. I can add that to the clip, eh? I think that's the same one I ran into earlier. He lives around here somewhere. They're typically non-aggressive, but you don't want to anger one. I never got quilled, but I can almost guarantee I wouldn't enjoy ripping them out with pliers. Then again, I have some issues. I might like it. Nah, the problem with it is they can get infected, and they're kind of rough to get out. I was actually hoping to find a snake on this walk, so I could catch it, but it is what it is. I always like showing the scenery here. I think it got a pretty good, I don't know, 30 years until this bridge falls apart. I should be alright. I try to keep in mind that this bridge was built to hold, trains. So I think my 180 pounds shouldn't cause too much trouble. And if it does, then, it probably should have did a better job building it. Alright, so we got the porcupine, we got some hackeysack, we got some BS. I think I'm going to turn the camera off for a bit, so I'm shooting for 30 minutes. I think that's a good place to be. This might, never mind, I might actually play here for a little bit. I want to see how slippy these bricks are. Alright, I think that's enough of that. I might do a better one if I ever find an actual spot. I was considering going up to the school, but it's kind of, well, probably about an equally as long walk as this, but it's probably a little more hill, and it's, I don't know, I consider myself an avid hiker. I walk a good bit. This is pretty overdue, actually. But, like, when I'm walking in the woods, I'm walking on ground that's not paved, it has some uneven surfaces and some give to it, I seem to maintain a better level of energy than if I'm, you know, walking on a paved road. I'm not sure why. I really don't know. I don't know if it's something like, you know, the force I'm putting behind each step is getting more impacted by the soles of my shoes and the gravel than what it is if I'm on asphalt. Maybe. You know, it's you know, even if the recoil is like next to nothing, after 500 steps, next to nothing adds up. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know if there's science behind it. Probably is. I'm not about to figure it out. I turned down the last spot because the tiles or the brick or whatever they used is pretty slippy, and some people down here riding their dirt bikes, and turns out I think I knew them, but can't really say we were friends in high school. Definitely don't think we're friends now. So I warned them about our dopey little porcupine friend, and, you know, moved on. Dude's like, what, you want me to run it over? I'm like, no, man, I mean, that's actually the opposite of what I want. I want you to avoid it. You know. Yeah, no. So, I took the reverse route than of the hike I usually take. So I got one pretty awful hill coming up, and then it's pretty smooth sailing from there. So I'll probably turn off the camera and put it away. I'll edit all this down. Like I said, I don't want it to be over 30 minutes. Just, you know, I'm not that good, so there's no point really drawing it out. If I do better if I'm like in the yard or a basketball court or somewhere that's wide open and flat. I always get nervous that I'll hurt my ankle or something, so I don't play to my full capabilities when I'm on uncharted territory. So maybe one day, whenever there's a less amount of people and the court's pretty closed or pretty clear, I'll see about videotaping down there. But I don't want to catch any smoke from any parents thinking I'm videotaping their kids or some crap. I mean, that's all I need is more BS like that running around. But I'm at the base of the hill, and I don't want to climb this hill, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to watch me have to climb this hill. So I'm going to turn off the camera, and if I stop anywhere else for a quick little sacking session, I'll get back to you guys. But I think that's pretty much going to do it for today. Like I said, I've been kind of stagnant lately, so, you know, this is kind of like trying to get me back into the moving forward kind of mindset rather than the being stuck. If you're you're a fan of mine that plays the Poke Paradise Pixelmon server, that's coming to an end. I don't actually shoot videos there because my computer would have a seizure if I tried to play on a server and had the camera rolling and tried to use Wiki all at the same time. My computer would have a meltdown. So, I got 2 gyms to beat. Then the only thing really left would be, maybe getting certain Pokemon I want, or doing Battle Frontier, or doing the Battle Towers, but the Battle Tower's pretty glitchy, and I don't feel like, I got like 90 perfectly trained Pokemon, and I still don't know if I could actually beat Battle Tower or Battle Frontier. Like, you pretty much have to have a solid concrete strategy for each individual fight, and I'm not saying it's beyond me, I just think it's too much work. So, catch you in a bit. Back already. So I'm halfway up the hill, and I find this little buddy. I found one of these before. I thought it was an invasive species, but it's non-venomous. Feasts on bugs, typically. I can't remember the name. It's like orange-bellied ringneck rock snake or something like that. I don't really remember, but I thought they were more predominant in Arizona. But this is the second one I found here. So I'm going to get him away from the trail and let him go on his way. So my old classmates don't make like a meat pie out of him. Take one last look. Say goodbye, little buddy. Bye. I'm just going to put him over here in the grass. I keep him as a pet, but my grandmother would have a freaking canary. Alright, I'm halfway up the hill, so that'll conclude this episode. Later.